Hi there and welcome to my first ever bonus vlog. This video is for Tuesday the 17th of September and it is celebrating 6 months since the launch of my vixzen.me.uk website, which I started on the 17th of March 2019. So this video is just a quick overview of why I'm doing what I'm doing and what I've been up to during the past 6 months. So I first started doing charity gaming events back in 2015 with Extra Life, and then I did a couple of 24-hour events for Macmillan Cancer Research, and I also did Game Blast, which is a SpecialEffect gaming charity event. Across each of these I've managed to raise a whopping grand total of over £1,400, including gift aid donations, and it's something that I'm super proud of. I was so overwhelmed with people's generosity, people coming to watch the streams that I did, people donating, people giving words of support, and just everything surrounding the events. Other people that take part as well. It's just an amazing community experience, and as I say, I was so proud of what I managed to achieve and the money that I managed to raise, and I'm so grateful for all the donations that have gone towards these amazing charities. So around 10 years ago I actually tore a muscle in my shoulder from sneezing, of all things, and since then I've just had a complete nightmare with my back. Sitting down for any length of time really hurts, standing up for any length of time really hurts. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag really for me doing the very long 24-hour gaming events. So after doing a couple of those and being in complete agony during the event, the Game Blast event that I actually did 2 12-hour days, and though that was still quite painful, it was much more manageable. So at the moment I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing in terms of long charity events going forward. I'd love to do another one, but it may be that I do another 2 12-hour chunks. The 24-hour events are really grueling, not just physically but emotionally. They're incredibly tiring. I know you're just sitting there playing a game, but it is absolutely exhausting. But still, it is something that I'd like to do. But the whole reason why I set up the Vixzen.me.uk website in the first place was so that I could promote charities at any time of the year, any day, any charity that I would like to support, and while I'm playing games I can have a Just Giving link available to any given charity or the one most appropriate for maybe that game. So the start of the website actually worked out quite well in terms of personal events that happened for me, or not so much for me but for a friend of mine during March, April. There'd been some news about a family member who was quite poorly, and in April I decided, well, if I'm going to be streaming games and promoting charity, I would like to actually promote a personal GoFundMe campaign for them. And that particular friend had been badgering me forever to play through Half-Life 1, which I hadn't, which I know is still a bit of a shock to some people, seeing as it's so old, but I have done it now. In April I did start a playthrough of Half-Life 1 in the form of Black Mesa, which is a mod for the game, and I played through the entirety of it, promoting that GoFundMe campaign, and hopefully managed to get, at least 1 or 2 donations for the family, who have since actually achieved the goal that they wanted to do. And I was super proud to be a part of that and to get that out there and promote it for them. So as I say, my playthrough of Black Mesa started in April, and during that month I also set up a Steam group for the Vixzen.me.uk website, and anyone who wanted to watch my streams where they can come along and see what I'm up to and have a chat and that type of thing. There's also a curator that I've got set up for myself as well, where I've recommended or not some games that I like or don't like, and that's available publicly, so if anyone wants to come and have a look, there are links available at the end of this video. If people do want to come along and join in and say hello, that would be lovely. So in May I actually finished the playthrough of Black Mesa and went straight into Half-Life 2, and Half-Life 2 is just amazing. I didn't really appreciate how phenomenal that game would be, even though obviously everyone talks about it all the time as being this, just outstanding game that set precedents for everything. Until I actually went into it and saw it for myself, I didn't have that realisation of just how influential that game would be, and it's certainly something that I may go back to in the future. I don't think I'd ever go back to Half-Life 1, I really struggled with it, I didn't find it very intuitive, but Half-Life 2 was just amazing, and I even enjoyed the additional episodes 1 and 2, and it's such a shame that Half-Life 3 will probably never exist, but still at least we've got some Half-Life out there that we can all love and appreciate. So moving on to June, I actually finished Half-Life 2 and started my next playthrough of The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition. It's something that I played as a kid with my family. The LucasArts adventure games were just huge in our household. We loved them every time a new one came out. That would be what we'd be going out to buy, and then we'd just play it until we finished. So it was really good going back to see the updated version, which I'd never actually played through. I hadn't played it at all since the original came out. So it was really good going back to play that game. In June, I actually started doing these vlogs. I can't believe I've actually been doing them since June. Just time has flown so much. I also set up a vixzen.me.uk Facebook page, which is available at /VixzenDS, and it is Vixzen with a Z, so it's VIXZENDS, and that's available publicly as well for anyone who wants to come and have a look. And I just update that with either videos I've been doing or what I've been playing each week, that type of thing. So very informal, but please do come and have a look and say hi again. And it'll be lovely to be able to actually get in touch with people who may be watching my content and enjoying it, and maybe suggest the next game that you'd like me to see play through really badly, but still, I'm still up for suggestions, and I will play pretty much anything as long as it's not a horror game, because I am so bad with jump scares and horror and things like that. So just keep it nice for me, please, because I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to my horror games. I'm sorry. Moving into July, once my other playthroughs were all finished, Half-Life 2 was done and The Secret of Monkey Island was done, I started playing through Doom 2016. And this is a game that I've started playing before. I probably got about halfway through into the campaign and for whatever reason just fell off. I think I ended up actually watching my husband play through it before I finished it, so it's not that I hadn't seen the game, I just hadn't played through it for myself. So I went back and played that and put a playthrough up on YouTube, and oh boy is that game fantastic. I loved the original when it came out, and this remake is just something else. It's so frantic and gory, and even though I don't like horror, it's something that I can handle. It's not too bad. I just love the action. I love how it feels to play. It's so fast and intense, and the music's incredible, and the design of it, all the levels and everything, it's just perfect. It's so good. And I can't wait for Doom Eternal to come out, which is due, I believe, from memory in November, and I'm so excited for that because this one was just phenomenal. Also in July, I set up an Instagram account for myself, and all I tend to post on there really is promoting when I'm doing a new video series or doing a rundown of what I've been playing each week. So not the most exciting account, but I do try and post on there as often as I can, just to, as I say, get updates out there, and just a bit of self-promotion and promotion for the charities that I'm also promoting when I'm doing my playthroughs and general streams. So August, I finished my playthrough of Doom and started another playthrough of Bastion from Supergiant Games. This was a game that I completed on the Xbox Live Arcade when it first came out back in 2011, I believe. And I just love that game so much. The sound, the art direction, just everything about it. Maybe not so much the gameplay, but honestly I think the story and everything else just drives me through. I love how varied the weapons are and how much there is going on in every level, and it really does start to ramp up, and the difficulty gets more and more, and it really tests your understanding of the weapon varieties and how you try and fit those to your playstyle. It's a really good game, and as I say, the soundtrack is still getting me, even playing through it now. I just love listening to it, and I have got the CD of the album, which I do listen to regularly, but having that mixed with the art and the gameplay and the narration is just something else, and I love it. The episodes are quite short, they are up on YouTube, about half an hour each, so much shorter than the other playthroughs that I've done. So if you are keen and you don't know anything about it, then please go and have a look, because it's great, and please get yourself a copy and have a go, because it just, as I say, playing it, being able to pick the different weapons that might suit your own playstyle, which isn't necessarily mine, which is basically just mash buttons and hope for the best, because I'm not very good. It's definitely one that I'd recommend people see. Also in August, I set up a Mixer account, and I've not used Mixer before for streaming or watching anything for that matter. I did have my Twitch account obviously from doing the previous streaming events, so with Mixer I also then set up YouTube live streaming, and I set up Restream.io, which allows me to stream from OBS to their service and then out to Twitch, Mixer and YouTube all in one go. From there, my husband and I actually now do some split screen streaming just through my account. We don't do any of the Mixer account splitting as yet. I've just got an NDI source set up in my OBS which sees his screen, so people can either watch what I'm doing or what he's doing. Let's be honest, probably what he's doing, because what he's doing will be probably more entertaining or actually useful than anything I'll be doing. But so when we stream out now, it does tend to be, if we're playing something together, it'll be my screen on top and his at the bottom, and people can take their pick what they want to see. The sound is only coming from my gameplay, because otherwise that would just be a disaster. But you know, we are on Discord talking to each other as well, so it's not just silent anymore, because I am quite conscious that I don't speak when I'm doing playthroughs or if I'm streaming on my own. And I have said why before, but more often than not it's just a bit awkward if my husband's working or asleep or busy or that type of thing, or playing his own game. I don't really want to be sort of jabbering at the side of him while I'm playing games. So I do speak when I can, and obviously that's what these vlogs are for as well, when I can actually sit in front of a camera and talk to you guys. So having set up the split screen streaming, my husband also had a quick look at the quality that I was recording videos for the playthroughs, and he has increased it slightly for me, which is fine, and the quality is great now. But a 30-minute episode of Bastion, for example, comes out at somewhere around 11 gig, and it takes forever to upload to YouTube. It does look much better, and I don't really want to go back to reducing the quality because it does look good, but oh, it's just massive, and yeah, the file sizes are just obscene. So what I've been doing for some of the longer episodes of streams and things like that I've been doing that I wanted to keep in a playlist, I've been streaming and not recording them, just so they're automatically there and I don't have to upload the increased version in terms of quality, just because I would be there forever with my browser doing nothing but uploading to YouTube. So this month, and where we're up to now, I'm still mid playthrough of Bastion at the moment, and they're going up on YouTube. I don't have a regular schedule for doing any of my playthroughs, they just happen as and when, more often than not at the weekends when I've actually got the time to do them, and when I'm not actually playing games with my husband of an evening, so we can just have a nice chill out time together. So they are a bit erratic, but I'm still trying to keep them as regular as possible. I am still doing regular streams, again more often than not at the weekends, but I have been streaming during the week with playing Divinity Original Sin 2 at the moment with my husband, and oh, that's a long game. I'm guessing we're going to be well over 100 hours by the time we finished. We're already probably somewhere in the region of around 20 or so, and we've only just got out of the first tutorial area, so bear with us on that if you are kind of dipping in and out and having a look at the videos, because I think we're in it for the long haul there. So just to note for me, in terms of hardware, I've had a couple of upgrades this month for my PC. I treat myself to 2 new hard drives, and I've also had my husband's old graphics card, so it's been really nice to get some new equipment into my computer. I was starting to run out of space with games that I had installed and video archives that I've kept, though I have been a bit more ruthless now in terms of if things are up on YouTube or Twitch, I am trying to get rid of the videos. I am a little bit of a hoarder, so that's a bit of a nightmare for me deleting anything, but I am getting better. So I've got way more room now to get some bigger games downloaded. I've got a lovely 1TB SSD that's just waiting for me to fill it up with one of the 1,000 games that I've got in my library. And I also got a 2TB drive just so I can put games that aren't quite as processor heavy. And yes, it will not take me long to fill those up, I am sure. So the hand-me-down graphics card that I had was a GeForce RTX 2060, and it's lovely. I'm running everything on Ultra now and everything looks amazing, so I'm really happy with that. And it was actually through a trade-up scheme that's run until the end of this month, so I will put some comments about that. So if you do want to go and have a look and see if the graphics card you've got is eligible for a trade-in, then definitely worth it, because they've got some really good trade-in prices. So that's it from me really in terms of my first 6 monthly rundown. Thank you so much for all the support and nice comments that I've got, for watching the videos, for watching the streams. Even if you're just dipping in and out, it means a lot just to see my viewer counter go up here and there, to see that people are watching. And if you do get on any opportunity, if you have got any spare pennies, please have a look at the charities that I support. And if you see anything that takes your fancy, please do give, you know, a pound, 50 pence, whatever you can afford, anything towards these worthwhile charities, and to make what I'm doing, you know, hopefully worthwhile, and hopefully raise awareness of charities that maybe not everyone's heard of before as well. I'd like to get as much support as possible for these charities, because I think they do amazing work, and it's things that, you know, certainly I can relate to, or family or friends of mine can relate to. So again, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. So here's hopefully to another 6 months. It really has been a blast. I've learned so much in terms of streaming and encoding and video sizes and audio quality, as well as video editing for these videos as well. So it's been a whole learning curve for me, and it's been a whole load of fun. I've loved doing it. I've loved being able to drag my husband along to come and stream with me as well. And yeah, I've just loved it so far. So again, thanks for your support, and I will speak to you again in another bonus episode in about 6 months' time. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you then. Bye for now.